Okay, so we're going to have a look at the Aldi Workzone drill, which is made by Hill. They usually are. There's a slim possibility that it might not be, but I think there's a very high chance that it is. I have had a previous one of the Powercraft, one of their Powercraft labelled ones. Again, that's made by Hill. I just choose to stick either the Workzone or the Powercraft label on it. So we'll go over it. Workzone 18 volt Li-ION Cordless drill, complete with 13 piece accessory kit and 1 hour quick charger. So 1 hour, that's not a bad charge time. Powerful and long lasting 18 volt lithium ion battery, 2-speed gearbox, 18 torque settings plus drill mode. So 18 volt Li-ion battery. So it is, we do know it's got the Li-ion, the new technology Li-ion battery. An interesting thing is it's got a work light on there. You'd expect it to be forward and reverse, to be fair, for your screwing, your tapping screws and things like that, and any ratchets that you might be using it for. Obviously there's your torque settings along there. And you've actually got the 3-year warranty, which is quite good. Now there was one a few weeks ago, which I didn't bother picking up. I kind of wished I did at the time, because when I was doing the fascia boards and the guttering, it was very heavy. The previous one that I've got, which is the older battery technology, and that's obviously very bulky and heavier, those batteries are. And hanging on the last 2 rungs with my tiptoes of the ladders while I was holding the fascia boards or the guttering in place, and then using the other hand with the drill, not being able to hold on to anything, but you know, the tiptoes on the end, the top rung of the ladders, made me wish I did buy the one that was there a few weeks ago. The one a few weeks ago, the one that Aldi sold a few weeks ago, looked like that. You can see there's a little bit less of a footprint around the battery area. Obviously the battery is more of what you're used to on a drill kind of shape on this one. You know, it's that more the shape of more of what you're used to seeing a drill look like, as opposed to the all in line kind of design there. But it looks pretty much the same kind of thing on the top half. Yeah, so they were all pretty much gone. I think these ones were these ones could have been $29.99, whereas this one was $24.99. So there's not that much of a difference in price. Yeah, you might be looking. Some of the store, I don't know if some of the stores will still have any of them in stock. I think there was around for a lot longer in one of my local stores than usual, but obviously I thought I didn't need one at the time, but it was obviously a bit bulky, the one that I had that I found up there. So I thought this time around I'll pick one of these up. You can tell by the size of the box it's still very, very small, and we'll say it will be very light as well, so that would be ideal. Again, for that kind of thing, what I need. Plus I usually buy a new consumer one every couple of years anyway. I find it better and easier to do that than to do what I was doing before and buying some expensive like a Makita, because I'm not a builder. I'm not a professional carpenter that goes out there and does carpentry work every day, all day, making door frames and stuff like that. You know, mainly I just use it for the odd DIY bits and pieces, so to buy a consumer drill is fair enough. Again, it's made by LI-ON is a German brand that is a bit like a consumer brand, like a Black & Decker or a Bosch or something like that. So you know, they're not made, you know, in some dodgy place, or they're not made in China somewhere. So you know, it's a decent brand. It's just been rebadged. Have a look at the back. This compact, powerful and well balanced machine is ideal for cordless drilling and screw driving around the home and workshop. Powerful 18-volt motor, soft grip handle, 1500 mAh lithium-ion battery, 2-speed gearbox, no load speed, 0 to 400, 0 to 1500 RPM, forward and reverse, keyless chuck, 18 torque settings plus drill mode, complete with 13-piece accessory kit and 1-hour quick charger. Again, so high energy density battery, no memory effect, low maintenance. So the older technology battery, obviously after so long the charge didn't last, well, they don't last as long after a while. I think also leaving them out in the cold in your workshop or garage workshop can affect the older style batteries as well, whereas the Li-ion and same as the Li-Poly technology batteries, they don't really tend to suffer from any of that. So that's a good thing. So we'll get on with the unboxing this now. I'm using my action camera to film this, as the one, my older one, which is actually found to be good because it's got a good macro zoom function, or focus on the zoom, should I say. His battery's flat, so it's this camera today, so there won't be any real macro detail unless I do add it in later on if I get it charged in time. Now you can see straight away this is very, very small. Let's get the booklet out of the way. So you've got your user manual, nothing else in that bag. Oh, you've got your charger here, which is in the cardboard box, no doubt. Try and get that out of the way. There. So there we have the drill. Quite a small one. It's actually got, it's light, but it's not as light as you'd have thought. It's actually does feel quite substantial, just as substantial as the older NiCad, or the mAh battery versions. So it seems quite robust. Let's just move that. What else have we got? Some accessories. Accessory pack. You got a few HSS drills in there. A bit holder, some bits. Nothing too overly elaborate. It will come in handy, I'm sure, especially if you haven't got nothing. It's your first time that you're purchasing a drill. Let's move that across there. It's your reverse buttons. You've got your power level indicator here. It looks like there's still some power in there. The light, work light on there, which is a nice touch. The last one I had from them didn't obviously have that light. You got your high and low obviously H and L for high and low, your ring adjustments at the top. Okay, so we can just test the power on. You can see by those sparks inside the vent that it's definitely a brushed motor still. So it's not brushless here. You're not going to get brushless for this price point just yet. But brushed motors have been doing jobs now for about 30 odd years, if you want to count the 80s decade. When it comes to drills, I suppose. Obviously you can see you just need to lightly touch the trigger, ever so lightly, to activate the battery level. Flick it in the other way, and you can go very varied. In RPM there. So all in all, quite good. Also, if you just want to test your torque ring, you can hear how that snaps around all the way around there. To drill, there's obviously your indicator and your drill, indicator, drill. Now the charger itself is just one of those ones with that jack plug style. Just insert there of the pin, probably used to for years. It's a bit surprising because most of the drills for years have had a dock which you plug your the battery itself. Obviously this big yellow button here, fairly obvious, needs to be pushed in, and then the drill then can be pushed backwards that direction, and it just comes away. And there's your port with the pin where you plug your charger, like so, and you just plug that then into the wall outlet until it's charged. You got your indicators here, your green one here and your red one there. The green one obviously usually to tell you when it's done. That's that on the battery. Now you can see some keys on here. You got your positive and your negative, they're actually indicated keys there, but there's other keys in the middle. They obviously were attached to the simple positive and negative on there. But I wouldn't be surprised if you could find at WALTER, now, because WALTER is the person that actually makes this particular model. If they do, they sell the batteries, obviously as spare batteries, but if they do a dock style charger or not, I don't know, because all those keying on there, you know, looks like it might be able to slot into something or onto something or other, like a usual style dock charger thing. So you never know. There might be a better charger out there. I wouldn't hold my breath, but you never know, they might use these batteries obviously with their WALTER name or something like that on there, or the model name, and they might actually be a drill what they make with these exactly the same batteries, so they might have a charger as well for those batteries. It might be worth having a look. And just quickly, as mentioned before, it does have a light that's located here under here, and the same as checking the power level, you just need to lightly touch it to activate the light, as you can see there, which is an LED. Yeah, it's fairly bright, the spot what it puts there. It only really needs to see where it's drilling, or help you see where you're drilling. I suppose in a dark environment, where if you're in a house, let's say, and you're doing work on it and the wiring hasn't been wired up or whatever, and it's starting to get dark, I suppose, you know, that can help out as well there, with screwing certain pieces and bits and bobs. So as well as just locating the spot where you're drilling anyway. So that's a nice handy feature. And like I say, you've got your power level indicator there, the 3 dots that shines at the same time as the light. Now the only thing here with this design of the other one, what they had, obviously it won't stand up, you know, like that. So I'm pleased about that, because it'll just stand on the shelf with the other drills. Otherwise, this kind of designer drill, you kind of have to store it upside down, wouldn't you? Or in your toolbox, or about if you're one of them people, new age people that use a tote bag, tool bag. The accessory bit of the old one as well seems to be pretty much the same kind of thing. A bit holder with a few bits and some drills. Give it a bit of a shake. See that? It's essentially the same thing. So there's no difference there. So that all tends to be alright. The only thing that I do notice, obviously there's a bit holder here, but it doesn't have the indent on the actual drill anywhere itself to hold a screwdriver bit. Now that was a bit of a thing, wasn't it, of old? Well, I've used to the last one that I had from them has got on there, where you're using it usually for your drill and your drilling, and you've always got like a double-headed bit, a flat, or some kind of a cross-head, like a Phillips bit on the other side, and you just pop it in when you needed to drill the usual size screws what you've got. So you was piloting a drill hole, and you just take that out, put that in, and put your screw in. Now with this one, you will have to have it ready beforehand in your pocket with your bits, or previous bit what you if you had what you had before, what you want to use with it. So there is that that element to it. You will have to remember that there isn't. I cannot see anywhere for an indentation for the bit on there, but that, you know, that's minor details. I suppose they've omitted that minor detail, but you've got to work light. So again, a target light, if you want to call it that, I suppose, where you see where you're drilling. So, you know, it's one apples and oranges there, I suppose. But that is one thing you do usually used to be glad that the bit sometimes was actually there in the screen in your drawer, because oh, I've got to go and put a screw in now. I'll have to go and get me. So hold on a minute. There's the usual one on the side, and you usually get that out and get the job done. But it's not going to be the case with these, I'm afraid. Okay, now I assumed that it was an Einhill made product, a German company, Einhill, that make consumer grade, decent consumer grade tools, because they make most of Aldi's Workzone or Powercraft label things, when in fact it's another German consumer tool manufacturer, WALTER, that makes this particular model. As we can see there, WALTER, that's the website, WALTER Germany since 1999, and they've listed their they've listed the Powercraft stuff, so it might be possible that this may be their first Workzone labelled product, maybe not, for Aldi. The previous drill that I show in the video, or will show at the end of the video, depending on where I put this part of the video, may actually be a different manufacturer. That might actually be an Ian Hill drill, and this might be the Walter one, hence why they were only out a few weeks apart, and they look slightly different in design perhaps. But again, you know, it's a good German company. Now that's something else for me to know, that Walter another one of their manufacturers there, another decent British brand. So I mean, that's not going to stop things probably being made in China, because many people outsource you know, their stuff. Many manufacturers outsource their stuff. I think most things are made out there now anyway, so no matter who's on the label. So on here, obviously it's telling you the situation, so if you can get your spare parts, so it won't be Ian Hill, it'll be Walter. That you'll obviously, if you need any spare batteries or extra batteries, if you're using it, you know, and you want to swap them over when one runs out, like you do sometimes, then or if you just damage a battery or you need to replace a battery, then Walter will obviously be the place to go to look for that. I think they've got the price here. In the UK it's £18 for another battery, £6 for another battery charger. In the Republic of Ireland it's €21 for a 18-volt Li-ion battery, and €9 for a battery charger. Obviously you've got to pay the postage and packaging there, which is down there on the bottom. £6 for the UK and €9 for the Republic of Ireland. So you can use PayPal and anything for that. So if you need a spare battery, they'll hold these prices to the end of 2017, so the prices may well change after then if you need to get the battery, which is when you probably will need to get one, because it'll probably hold up for unless you're buying extra batteries, it's likely to hold up till then. So that's this disclaimer. It's not an Ian Hill drill, it's a Walter drill. It's another brand I've heard of before as well anyway. Like I say, they obviously do plenty of different tools